Welcome back, ladies and gents. It is going to be match 2 coming up very soon. Renegades, they kicked off match 1 today very well. It was a very convincing result, as you could see on the overlay just previous to us going live here. And joining me on the desk for this next match, which will be, of course, our first look at the Mongolz, is, of course, Blair. Welcome to the desk.
Good to be here.
How are you doing, sir?
Spectacular.
Yeah?
Had some great sleep last night.
Nice.
Yeah. I imagine you were stayed up for about 48 hours.
48 hours. I was trying to catch all those flights, get my visa going. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Tailu's not going to be seen today or for the rest of the event altogether. But I'm really looking forward to this matchup coming up. Right, Renegades have pretty much stomped all over E2 Alive, but now they do have, I feel, a potential challenge against Mongolz, especially against Machine Gun and Zilkenberg, the main two, hard carries for the Mongolz, yeah.
So, do you think the style of the Mongolz, because it does seem like they're a very stylistic team, you know, everyone's talking about their aggression. Do you think that's going to be an issue for Renegades? They do seem to be firing off on all cylinders so far. I mean, it wasn't necessarily the hardest test that they had to kick things off, but it's a great, great little test. It's a bit of a warm-up. So how are they going to be going up against Mongolz?
Well, we obviously didn't get to see a lot of the Renegade CT side play. It was mainly them asserting dominance on their T side, but I still think what we saw from Renegades on their T side was pretty promising. The fact that they, as we mentioned, used a lot of Molotovs, they used a ton of nades, even though they were up against ecos and normally should win just by having the superior weaponry. They really took every single step along the way to just make sure it's going to be as nice and easy of a win as possible. And I think that's the kind of mentality they have to have going into this next game as well, because you don't want to get thrown off by aggression, so you play conservative to begin things and kind of get a feel for what's going on around you. Whenever you want to go towards a bomb site, you Molotov out every nook and cranny of the bomb site and just take it from there. And I think this is a really good approach.
The eyes.
Exactly.
Renegades right now. Do you feel the same way watching the match?
Absolutely. Like Renegades, they seem to be trying. They treated that previous game like a warm-up, if you ask me, trying to use automollies and whatnot. But more than that, I feel the map veto is going to be very important against Mongolz. I think the veto's done.
Right, yeah, we can talk about that if you want.
And,
right now.
And Dust 2 getting banned, I think, is a right call coming in from Renegades. That's a map you don't want to give. Like we said about Mongolz, they're not a very tactical team, so to speak. Like if you saw Cyberzen yesterday, they do have some tricks up the sleeves, some executes and whatnot. And Mongolz, they primarily rely on this very aggressive style, like we mentioned earlier, of some quick executes into sites, and also this floating sort of play they have, especially around maps like Mirage and Dust 2, where they tend to get the early picks. And banning Dust 2 is a great call coming in from Renegades. It's going to be Cash, if I'm not mistaken, and that's going to be a map. I think it's still going to favor Renegades. They are the favorites going into this matchup, but I think it's going to be a much more closer affair than what we witnessed earlier against the team from Taiwan.
Yeah, Mongolz got rid of Mirage, Train, and Overpass, and Renegades banned Dust 2, Inferno, and Cobblestone, leaving Cash, as you correctly stated. Or maybe we should say Cache, as the Aussies like to say. So
probably call it Diggity.
Yeah,
as with everything.
Absolutely, and Cash is it's the first time we're actually going to see this in this tournament so far. We've had a lot of Inferno. We've actually had multiple Cobblestones and a Train game yesterday as well. So going into a Cash game, that's always been a favorite of the Aussie teams. So Renegades are going to definitely feel really comfortable here. But Blair, do you have any insight into the Mongolz as far as their Cage game goes?
Their Cage game, as I've seen, like they do have promise on Cache, but
the entire desk is just broken now.
So
yeah,
they're
never going to get it right.
So the thing is, I really do feel they have a chance here, but I think considering this Cache, that Renegades do definitely have the advantage. Because obviously, I mean, they're playing against some of the better teams on Cache, and if Renegades need to get aggressive map control on the CD side especially. You do not like some teams tend to just relinquish mid control, just hold the sides, play passively, go for the retakes. You don't want to do that against the Mongolz. You want to get just make them feel a little claustrophobic, let them start to panic a little bit. Try to go for some last 30-second rushes coming in, kind of a blind rush through smokes. That's what Renegades should do. And looking at how they've been using the smokes and Molotovs and all the utilities in the previous game, I'm sure Renegades have this, pretty much planned and ready. I think they should be ready for the Mongolz. But then again, let's see what Mongolz can. They have a very impressive online record. On land, they've been kind of disappointing. They've lost. I think the last time they played on land was the Fulcrum League in China, where they faced off against the 3 Chinese teams. That's Tailu, Born of Fire, that's Alex's team, and I think Wings. And they lost. I think they just won one map against Tai Lu, but it was a close affair. Tai Lu beat them in the first map pretty convincingly. Second map, Mongols won in a very close affair, 16-14 if I'm not mistaken. And then the final map also did come down to the wire. So they can challenge a team like Tai Lu. So I wouldn't be surprised if, even though Tai Lu's no longer in the picture, Mongols can definitely pick up slack, at least for the Asians.
Yeah, so I just have to ask, what is it that you noticed actually about their underperformance? Was it clear what was going on? Was it players suffering from the pressure, or where did they seem to actually?
I really feel it's the performance anxiety coming into play.
Performance anxiety.
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen that.
Was that especially Machine Gun and?
Especially Machine Gun.
Okay.
Zilk is a player who I feel is the strongest asset. He just doesn't have. I mean, he has the aim as well as this great intuitive sense of playing. Whatever map it is, the team might fail. He never fails to deliver. Machine Gun, on the other hand, has his ups and downs. But if he comes out today, it's going to be definitely fun to watch. But he's always seems to choke when it comes to the main.
Right.
I mean, he performs really well even in the qualifiers. When it comes to a stage event, like a knockout game, a very important game, that's when he kind of is very quiet usually. Very surprisingly, in fact.
Anything to look out here for you, Halvor? Any highlights?
Well, it is going to be Machine Gun because he's so vital to the potential success of Mongols. But I think it's going to be really tough for him. Blair mentioned that Cash is actually a pretty good map for Mongols. But the issue for me is the fact that it is Renegade's best map. So assuming they haven't done something vastly different in the last 3 months from when we saw them play in a proper tournament, and they've for some reason unraveled their entire cash play, then they should still be a really strong team. Just by any standards, just globally speaking.
And I completely agree with you there. I think the fact Mongols allowed Cash to go in, I think it's very reminiscent of how Chiefs allowed Inferno to go in yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I still don't think we're going to see a 16-3 though.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not going to be that bad. But no, it's going to be curious. It's going to be interesting to see how Renegades actually deal with the aggressive styles coming in from Mongols. If they actually decide to take it to the face of the Mongols and play aggressively on their TT side and basically try to force them into awkward situations where they don't enjoy being for it. What Moses was talking about in the pre-show, I guess, just leading up to this game, about Mongols, very often liking setting up in 4-1 defaults and more or less waiting outside of a bomb site until they feel the time is right, and depending whether or not they've gotten a couple of picks here and there or not, then just go as a massive ball of firepower. And they're like, if Renegades take it upon themselves to actually move about and pick people off and try to basically disrupt the playstyle of Mongols, they could be in real trouble.
How do you grow a bid like that?
You have to be extremely dedicated,
and you fertilizer or something.
You can't be afraid of showing yourself publicly for maybe like the first 2 or 3 months of growing it.
It'd take me about 2-3 years, I think, to grow something like that.
Because I think it took the first time we saw Havoc with that beard was at the Katowice qualifiers, and at that point he had saved up for 7 months.
So you gotta save up.
Yeah, he had saved up for 7 months. Like that was a result of 7 months, but. That is just like an ungodly beard.
It is crazy. And we are jumping into the knife round here, so we'll be able to decide who will start where very shortly. Already, it's going to be a fast one. So, quick predictions, gents?
Still going to favor Renegades. Power of the beard.
You said 63 before, right?
No, it's not going to be a 63 like we saw when Chiefs let Inferno through.
It's not going to be 63.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely going to be a closer game, but I have no idea what to expect from Mongols. That's the issue. So I'm just going to go with the Renegades win and skip the results.
Yesterday your score predictions were on point. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. Well, Blair, how about you?
Yeah, it's going to be Renegades. 16-11.
All right, so
giving them
some
quite a
rounds.
few rounds here, yeah. Do you think they have to start tier CT side? Do you think that matters for Mongols?
I think the CT side is honestly abysmal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. You mentioned this that pretty much the only Asian team that has a really good CT side is Cyberzen.
Cyberzen, and of course the Koreans who have.
Yeah, the MVP project guys.
MVP project did lose to Mongol, so
yeah.
I think something. The T side is extremely. That's the problem with the Asian teams is when they play amongst each other, they're like so free flowing all over the place. A lot of confidence, and when they face off against a known team like the Renegades or Australian team. They suddenly go into the shell. They're like, "Oh, all right, we're in a big stage right now. We got to play more passively. We got to play more,
Stop playing their game.
Controlled, yeah. They're not playing their own style. That's actually gotten them as far as they
which really hinders their play when it comes to, against these sort of teams. So hopefully, you know, they just don't give a damn. They just go balls to the wall and just go all out. That would be interesting to see.
All right, well, we're hoping for balls to the walls action, and to take it away, of course, experts in such things, Anders and Semler.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. I don't know if we could be considered experts in this particular field. I mean, Renegades, sure, but the Mongols are, I think, a little bit of a different quantity. Sure, they've had some online games, and generally speaking, like we've got a bit of an idea that they might be one of the stronger teams.
Yeah.
Here, still not sure how they're going to face up against a team like Renegades.
No, we've got to talk a little bit with Blair outside before coming into this. And he's like, the guys to watch here, Machine Gun and Zinc. Like those are the two guys who make it happen on this team. Machine Gun, very one-dimensional player who likes to run in and take fights, but he's got sick aim, so you're always at risk if you take a fight with him. And then Zinc is apparently the all-around man, like the Olafmeister style, op, rifle, pistol. This guy can do it all. So those are the two players that we're going to be trying to keep an eye on here for the Mongols. Renegades, I mean, they've already had a pretty good start to the morning, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was getting worried initially, like the first 4 rounds. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, please don't do this. Like, let's not go down this road. And then they seemed to pull themselves together. And I spoke to Sponge a little bit afterwards, and he said, yeah, we were just like making silly mistakes, and that's it. So like they made it back, no problem. Now we are live with the game here. Of course, it's a best of one. And we are on Cache.
On Cache.
Cache. JKS already falling back just a little bit here. The Mongols starting on the terrorist side, and Silkenberg already going down there. So a bit of a lost headshot from Sponge. Now they're going to go for the bomb side on this. Going to be a full retake coming in here from Renegades. They're not even trying to contest it, but a nice shot from Azza. Going for a bit more here. 5 versus 3 should be a very good retake coming in for Renegades.
This is also interesting. It seems like Mongols are kind of falling into the mold that was predicted for them as well. Apparently they have more of a group style that they like to approach the game with. 4 players in one group, then they leave somebody lurking. What?
They just win the round in seconds. Machine Gun coming up with a triple kill, double kill for Sogu. I'm assuming that's
I apologize,
Sogu.
guys.
And I'm sorry, of course, if we're pronouncing that incorrectly, but what a way to start it off. Renegades thinking that was going to be easy.
Well, that was supposed to, like, that's why I was talking about, okay, this is their style, right? Just because it's like a 5-on-3 retake for Renegades, they all hit shots, they're all in position, they've got everything they need. Shouldn't be a situation that you lose as CT. Well, okay then.
The Renegades flying with a double scout and pistol armor here. Menace taking charge. NCL coming up with the first kill on Havoc. Yam taking down 1, then 2. Silkenberg finally coming into it with a good shot on Azza, and Yam playing close to the door. JKS actually picking up the shot. It's still working out for them, though. They've got a 2 versus 1. And Sponge out in the open without any armor. An easy shot there. A quad kill for Silkenberg.
Yeah, Zilk really coming alive there, at least. Didn't get any action in the pistol round, but this time around, he actually gets those 4 kills with an MP7, no less. So lots of money for him, as you guys can see. And well, it looks like it's going to be more of the same here from the Mongols. They're even going to short it, just go for Tech 9s. Why do you need guns, Anders, when it's going to be a hard eco out of Renegades, right?
Yeah, so I mean, only one SMG though. You gotta think maybe they were trying to go for a bit more. A lot of damage being dished out here, and it's going to be a kill, but that also should reveal that almost the whole team, or in fact the whole team, is going to be here. So they could just play it safe right now and go plant the bomb in the site, and that's exactly what they do. So swift calling coming out, it seems like, for Mongols.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where if they start to hesitate and, second guess themselves, that's going to be a real problem. But it seemed to be like there was almost no input lag there. They just straight went for it.
Well, the goal now for Mongols needs to be to get this AK back. That's pretty much it. Like, it is a little bit of a questionable play to put your solo AK, to put like an AK solo across on the other side of the map like that and put it at risk. They will be able to recover it in the end. JKS can't back off to save it. But that could have come back to haunt them a little bit there, Mongols, because JKS, I mean, he's been hitting shots. He's nice and warmed up after that first game, and he showed that he's feeling it. So to give that guy an AK willingly, it's kind of an unnecessary risk. So just nitpicking here a little bit. I mean, Mongols should be feeling pretty decent right now regardless. They've got the 3 rounds at the beginning. They managed to get over that second round force buy out of Renegades, that hurdle. And so now they get into the real rifle round, and, well, Renegades are light on nades.
Seems like they're setting up for a very standard smoke round here, so we know they've got the basics down here on Cash anyway. We're going to see if they're actually, or they're going to fake it out instead. They got the bomb going back, they got the boost in the middle, a little bit of noise going over at Squeak Door, so they are just faking it out, and it's working beautifully. Look at this, only JKS right now holding inside the B bomb site, and the backup is miles away. Havoc, the closest guy right now playing middle. JKS has got to do this all on his own. If they just move quick enough, it's going to be perfect here, but they are wasting actually a lot of time. Damage has been dished out to Yam here. Sogu looking for it. Molotov goes up, and now he's trapped in the corner. JKS, he ends up dropping down. Yam to die as well, and Havoc, well, he can't do anything. He's smoked off here. It's just a great round so far for Mongolz.
Yeah, and they know that Sponge is backstabbing as well. That's Sogu getting taken out there by Sponge in the garage area. So now he's going to come charging around Machine Gun. This is that aim we're talking about. Holy hell. That second headshot, he just obliterates Sponge. Okay, then. Havoc. Oh, wow. Quad kill for Machine Gun. You think he's dead to rights at least twice there.
I mean, so the aim is definitely, like, that's exciting, but what's really cool about it is that he realizes that if he stays in the corner, he's dead. He knows he's going to get sandwiched, and all they have to do to kill him is to coordinate the push through main and the guy coming from the side. So that's what really, I think, is really exciting, that he understands immediately, like, I'm going to be dead if I'm in this corner. All right, then. 4-0 right now, favoring what has to be considered the underdogs here for Mongolz, and right now they're doing a very fine job indeed. NCL not realizing that Azza is right in front of him. Azza going to come charging through, but he won't be able to get the kill on Silkenberg there. Just take a little bit of damage, and obviously Renegades not with much equipment in this particular round, so it's looking real good here for the terrorist. Sogu coming up with a couple of kills, and JKS, you know, 1 versus 4 to just try and get a little bit more out of this, maybe save the AK, but that's just not happening.
They got some aim, these guys, man. They don't hesitate. This is looking really good for the Mongols. And the important this is important for this match as well, just to consider, if you take first seed in this group, you dodge CyberZen. And CyberZen yesterday in the group, I mean, they just trounced their group. They walked right through it like it wasn't even a problem. They didn't look challenged whatsoever. So
yeah,
you really want first seed to dodge those guys, get that spot at, you know, at the major qualifier, rather than have to, well, you know, basically exit this group second seed and look forward to a really tough fight versus CyberZen.
Well, now is where we want to see some of that quality out of Renegades, where, you know, they've got obviously a lot more experience. They've played at lots of big tournaments. They've got the double AWP set up here. So even if they're 5-0, or sorry, 0-5 right now, they should be able to sort of mentally just get a little bit back into this game, get that opening kill, and yeah, use that against Mongolz a little bit. See if it's going to be possible or not.
And I like this from Mongolz. Machine Gun holding all the way back in case Renegade, because they didn't challenge mid early, and so in case Renegades try and go for some aggression in mid, go for some kind of counter boost, etc. I mean, Machine Gun was way back there, ready and waiting, just to catch somebody out. They're applying the pressure over in a main. Renegades have shown that they like to push in a main, and so Mongolz, you know, they put 2 guys over there early, just in case, just to see if Renegades are going to try and push through and see if they can't get anything there. And then Menace is holding all the way back in T-spawn, waiting to see if anybody's going to push through B halls. I mean, Mongolz, they're playing it smart. It's not exactly as you know, just gung-ho as I thought it would be.
Well, there's a good kill early on here from Havoc. They've got a 3-man stack going on to the A bomb site, so if they try and run in here on the terrorist side, that's going to be a big problem, obviously.
Soon to be 4-man, right? Havoc is kind of, he can quickly rotate over to Car and CT if he needs to, but it looks like he's going to head back over towards that B site. Something has tipped Renegades off, and there's Yam. He strikes out, manages to pick up 1. That's over in the B halls. Machine Gun will take out Sponge, but that was over on the A site, and Menace is actually, well, they're actually bringing this back somewhat.
This shouldn't be a round that they would be winning, but Havoc caught out. Oh, he gets that shot on Machine Gun. That's very important. Havoc, he even legs Menace then, so it should be working out. He's going to have time to find the bomb, which actually is more than they should have got out of this round. With the 3 seconds left. And now 1 versus 2, but he is trapped in here, and they do have a lot more health than he does, so Molotov is kind of helpful. It means he has to focus only on 1 entry. They are going to try and line it up, but Azza with the frag, and Renegades picking up a round finally, making it 1-5. This still was more expensive than it should have been, really.
And but they saved both ops. That's what's nice about it. In the end, they ended up stacking up both AWPs on the B site, and so they can save both ops, Renegades.
But they get the kill in middle first on Havoc, then Yam gets the following up kill there. That's a 2-for-0 trade. At that point in time, you should be able to cruise out of that round, like, fairly easily. So the fact that they only come out with 2 people is still going to be a problem for them. The money reflects it as well. 1,200 on Yam is the most that they've gone.
And Machine Gun, he's sitting at 12 kills already. This guy's just rocking it, running all over the place.
Well, quick check of Squeak Door here. Machine Gun setting up for what must be an underhand flash coming through. Silkenberg in the middle, actually, or sorry, taking out Yam, and that's going to be a good start here. Machine Gun trying to make his way through. A little bit of a hesitation there. Doesn't quite want to run into that smoke. They've got to be careful here. Machine Gun's already taken some damage, and again, Renegades are pretty heavy on this A bomb side.
This is a good rotate, though, because Sponge had pushed all the way through the B halls after Yam got picked off by Silkenberg. And so Sponge is the one communicating to his teammates, this has got to be A. I have nobody over here in the B halls with me. He does get caught by Machine Gun. What a shot there. And then it's just going to be a split on A. They continue to just pressure here, Mongolz. They're going to push onto the site, take these fights. And Havoc, it's not going to be for long that he's around. JKS is now at a 1v2, and he gets caught out by Silkenberg. Second kill there for Silkenberg in the round.
You see how Menace sprays as well? If anyone who's ever run into people like that in matchmaking, you know how annoying it is. Like the crab, like he's actually crab walk strafing while he's spraying. And it seems ridiculous, but if you can control the spray, it's actually very, very annoying. So I'm kind of enjoying that. 6-1, and that resets Renegade's economy. And it goes back to the point that we were making earlier about them only sort of surviving with 2 rifles in the previous round. They needed more than that. They needed almost like a flawless, or at least a near flawless round to be able to compete. This is turning into a very uncomfortable situation here for the Australian team.
And then Mongolz decided to just take over mid, rush out. They haven't really done that yet. Nice spot there onto Yam. Still 2 players. Havoc has pushed all the way back into the back of A halls, into T-spawn, it looks like, through Squeak, and he's going to get a wraparound here. He might catch Menace out, gets the headshot. And they actually managed to pull off at least a little bit of a play here, Renegades. But in the meantime, it is going to be action on B site, and, well, nicely done there. NCL manages to catch out JKS at headshot. It's going to be Havoc and Azza, and I'm curious to see. I mean, considering Renegades' state of their money right now, no, it's not good enough. They need to hold on to the AK. They need to just put Azza over in Squeak Door. That's what they're going to do, and forget about him. Hold on to the AK, Azza. That's your only job. Don't even go and hunt for frags at this point.
Man, they've got some really interesting things going on here. When we were invited to come here to Taipei, some tiny part of me was hoping that this is what we'd get to experience just a little bit of. And this is one of the reasons why, if we could make Counter-Strike a real global game, then it'd be interesting.
If he can he? No way. If he actually survives this, are you kidding me, Azza? No! Oh no, Azza, that was so close. I can't believe it. How many tries did it take to actually open that door?
I mean, a little while longer and he would have had it, wouldn't he?
Just a second, an extra second. It was so close.
7-1 moving into the 9th round, and we've got, again, Renegades with just not enough money. That reset is still haunting them. This is not quite what I was expecting.
Yeah, this is the guy I want to follow right now. He is murderous. He just hunts for frags. There's another one. Finds the headshot. I mean, this is an anti-eco round, and again, Renegades, they've kind of invested in it. Might be able to catch the man out. Yeah, it looks like Silkenberg, he spotted him early. Sponge, however, just going to take up that fight. Shuts him down. NCL getting flanked, but he whips around and takes out JKS. 2 HP on NCL. And that's the B-side open. Instant rotation from the bomb. Menace is going to be able to bring that over, no problem. Yam gets caught out by Machine Gun, and Machine Gun, dude, he is just not going to get stopped. He's ridiculous. This is sick, Anders. Like, just straight aim, though. Like, you know, I mean, they are making some good plays. I mean, taking over mid, getting out there.
Well, the thing is,
Machine Gun.
The thing is, even though we've seen the online games, they've been playing sort of other regional teams, and it's really hard to judge how they would play when they play like a team of a higher caliber. And obviously, right now, it's not even looking like that. It's looking like Mongolz are definitely the better team here on the server right now. They've got the money for it as well. Finally, Renegades able to pick up rifles, but Sponge immediately down as NCL picks up that one.
Oops.
At least not the full IP showing. And
I do believe, are we on mine? No, we're on yours now, dude.
Oh, well, hopefully
we were
I
for a
can't
second
change anything, so that's not going to help us. Azza picking up a good headshot there on Menace, but Silkenberg still coming back into the round here, and it is a, whoa, Machine! Just not going to stop. That's a great strafe coming through. JKS now in a 1 versus 3. There's nothing that he could do really. He's so far away from the bomb site here.
Yeah, it's good that Sponge is deciding to go for the tactical pause now because they need to figure out what the hell is going on here, Renegades. Right now, Mongolz are just showing no respect. They are at the beginning, right, when they're playing like those passive rounds, holding all the way back, waiting for the push on Renegades. That's just smart. But ever since then, they've kind of just charged at Renegades. Like, hey, Renegades, come on, let's go. Let's just go for the straight-up fight. You're going to have to make us respect your aim here if you want to stop us. And right now, Renegades just cannot go toe-to-toe. Nice shot there from JKS. He's able to actually stay alive a little bit longer. But Sogo and Machine Gun, man, they are hunting.
But that's exactly what we should, or what they should be doing here. I mean, I think Blair was pointing this out, that if you come into a tournament like this and you start to think, well, we'd better slow it down from how we've been playing online, you know, like that. That's actually where most of the problem happens. I think once they realize, wait a minute, we can probably out-aim these guys, then, you know, just pour on the pressure, right? Why try and play like a really slow tactical style if you're just going to be... But even the tactical style, I mean, the round they had where they faked it and ran to B was still pretty damn good. I mean...
Solid. I mean, this is really interesting stuff. I mean, Sponge right now is just looking like, well... Is he typing one-handed? No, come on. No, he's not. But like, what?
That's frustrating to even watch.
What can they be doing here, Renegades? What can they be doing differently apart from just getting more headshots? Because they have been going for A main pushes. They've been pushing B halls as well. They've had some aggression in mid. So Renegades, they've kind of gone through some of their options here on CT side. Havoc has pushed through Squeak before. So I mean, they have gone through some aggressive options. It's not like they're playing passively and just waiting. Maybe that is the solution now for Renegades, though, is just to sit back and try and make the correct call. But even if they sit back, they're getting challenged.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is that a lot of... It's so hard. They can't know where the engagement's going to happen, but the problem is they can obviously be setting up as many, like, refrag, like, situations as they can, right?
Right.
But the problem is if they only have one person in the middle, then if that person gets killed, there is nobody there to get the refrag, right? Yeah. So maybe try and have, like, a more... Like you said, like more defensive, but in a way where you can set up some decent crossfires. So at least you're putting yourself in a trade position, right? You could say, let's try and trade these kills.
After that, I mean, because Mongolz have shown a presence in mid, it's not like Mongolz are just focusing on going out through A main every time or going through B halls, right? They have shown that they're willing to split mid. Renegades do have to worry about mid just a little bit, right? Havoc playing short or in Z like that, you know, that is Renegades trying to say, okay, we'll kind of meet you halfway. The question is whether Renegades want to just say, okay, actually it's time for a straight up fight. Like, we're just going to take over mid. And, you know, if you try and go for the boost over, we'll be ready and we'll be waiting with 2 guys. And it looks like there will be, at least to start, Yam and Havoc both going into mid now. So it looks like that Renegades, this is where they might want to take their fight.
But look at the speed here on the terrorist side. They're just going to go straight for a nice shot from JKS. Gets a double, but they still trade favorably. Silkenberg going to take out Yam as well. And he barely dies in the middle as a very low on health here. And it is going to be a 2-on-2. There's plenty of time left here. And Machine Gun and Sogu, they've got the health advantage. Definitely Sogu actually sneaking through, and that might have been just a bit too brave. Havoc on the other side with the UMP. Now it's all on Machine Gun here. 1 versus 2. He's got the AK in hand, and he's hiding inside that bomb site. Azir and Havoc, though, I mean, he's got more health combined than they do, and that might just be a problem here. A couple of bullets, and they're going to be gone. Look, there he's hiding as well. Sprays one, goes for it second time as well. 1 bullet on Azir, a Machine Gun. He will have done it. Oh, what a nice headshot. Azir taking him out for the double kill. Looked like he was in a horrible position there, the Australian player. He was out in the open, couldn't really hide. Still managed to do it. It was an important round here.
Machine Gun is mortal. What is this?
Yeah, he's got 18 kills in 11 rounds, so I'm just saying.
2 and 4. But, like, I'm thinking that's it. As soon as he gets the first one, and you're right, you know, he had more HP, he had a good position, he gets the first man out. I'm thinking Az is dead 100%. So Machine Gun, a little bit, that might shake him up a little bit. We'll see how he continues to show his presence here in the remainder of this half, because losing a clutch like that can throw you off your game. And here we go. There's the push. Aggressive flash push in behind it. Big spray coming through. Can they trade back? No, Sponge holds his own. He actually gets both kills. That's the correct play, though, from Zilkenberg. Wow, the double from Zilken. And he's even got backup in his mate. They're just going to charge forward onto the A site. They don't care.
Well, makes it a triple right now. JKS, though, he's been on point, it seems like. He's been having some decent kills. And I think he heard Silkenberg running this way, so he's got some clue that he might be going back to B. Right now he's in the middle of the map, which I mean it's not a bad position of him to be in. He's obviously sort of roughly equally close to either bomb site, and he looks like he's could have probably straight caught Silkenberg then. You gotta hope he didn't just give up a chance to frack him with the knife out, because that would be a bit painful. And I'm actually wondering at this point if JKS isn't like overthinking things. Silkenberg gonna get the bomb down out in the open here, but is he gonna realize JKS walking up right behind him? And he will get the headshot there, so a little bit worried. That's one of those things where, like, you know, if you overthink things, could come back to haunt you, but pretty good job.
Yeah.
3-9.
That is where you have to wonder a little bit. I mean, sometimes rather than just doing the simple thing, right, which is get the bomb down, take control of the site that you already have control of, wait for the guy to come in from a predictable angle. You know, you overthink things just a little bit, overcomplicate it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, for Silkenberg, I mean, obviously he was trying to throw like a pretty deep mind game there. I was wondering why JKS wasn't like just straight killing him in the middle, you know? It seemed like there was some opportunity there. Either way, you obviously won the round, and now they've thrown this fake once, so I wonder if they're going to commit this time around. They must know that Renegades have this in the back of their mind, but look at the push that's coming out from Renegades all the way right behind him. Oh no, it's going to be a slaughter, but they do get the refrag here. Menace with a shot. He goes down to JKS, who picks up a double kill. The machine gun and Sogu, well, they are still in a very poor position here. Without the bomb, he's going to go down. That was a very aggressive round from Renegades.
That was sick. I mean, this is exactly what Renegades have to do. You know, it's like, all right, you guys are going to play without fear, so are we, right? We were aggressive before, we'll be even more aggressive now. We'll challenge you mid, we'll push into A main, take that aggressively, and there we go. You know, they're just running through the different options that are available to the CT side right now as to how to be aggressive on this map, how to get in the terrorist phase. Going for a straight challenge like that in B halls. Now Renegades are the ones who are in control of the situation. They're starting to feel it. And yes, there is a lot of fire there. Don't want to run into the fire.
A bit uncomfortable, but NCL still made his way through. I don't think they realize that he's here, and he's going to get that first headshot. Second one as well. Azza on 1 health. Why is he still fighting this? This is so dangerous. And he goes down, and I'm not sure he should have stuck around then. I mean, it could have just as easily have been a grenade. That's going to make it 5 versus 3. Renegades, they had a couple of good rounds, but now it's looking really tough again.
They're still focusing on B. Yam is going to be counting himself lucky right now. Unless he dies here, that would be huge if Menace were able to find the kill. Sponge is there to deny the first man through. That's NCL down. And the rotation is coming out now from Renegades. They think this is A site because Menace took that fight with Yam. This is just enough here for Renegades to think that it's going to be a fake. And no, Silkenberg is going to be able to walk out onto this B site for free. Nobody is here waiting for him. And this couldn't have been better for Mongolz. They don't even have a smoke to block off CT. They needed this kind of situation. If they can just figure this out and walk that bomb out onto the B site, they've got control.
Sogu, oh, looking the wrong way. No, actually still alive. Goes for the spray then, but now it's a 2-on-2. The bomb is going to go down. And looks like they're going to try and plant it for Checkered here as well. Machine gun with the AWP boosted up to catch them as they walk in. And then with the crossfire with Silkenberg. This is going to be a tough retake for Renegades, although they do have a grenade and a Molotov.
Let's see if they decide to go up or if they decide to split up. Yeah, Yam is going to go ahead and take his peek, setting up the incendiary. It's going to get toasty here for Machine Gun. He is in position, though. Could get the shot for free, and he will. Drops into the flames, but he doesn't care. And now his mate's going to be in position to at least do a little bit of damage here to JKS and then claim the kill in the end. Silkenberg, he got tagged down to like 30 HP at the beginning of this round, and he still manages to survive and get a kill to boot.
You know,
Jesus, 22-6 for this guy, though. Machine Gun, what is this monster?
You know, we've been talking about this going into the tournament, how a lot of like big Asian organizations are starting to look at like teams in Counter-Strike, and maybe they try and use this particular tournament to figure out who to pick up. I think we've got like a decent candidate at least. This is already very impressive here. Machine Gun in the middle, picking off Havoc and Renegades. Same as it's been this whole first half, their economy has been utterly wrecked, and they've had just a few rounds that have been decent for buying, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, Azza with that FAMAS. Able to do a little bit of damage at least. He takes down one. NCL will be gone, but Sogu's still alive with 2 kills. Menace is going to push aggressively, and that actually gifts it back, but then they know. It gives the information to his teammate. Zilkin is there to pounce, and it's going to be down to Machine and Zilkin here. 1v2 for Azza runs out of bullets. He nearly gets the kill, but he runs out of bullets at the end.
I think he would have really had that if he hadn't, because they had put the bomb down in the default spot, which means the other player that was in main would have had a very hard time of stopping the defuse. That's going to make it 11-4, ladies and gentlemen, in favor of the Mongols here against the Renegades, who even play on Cash. It's one of the maps they love playing on. Every time people don't ban this map against them, I think they're always like, yeah, all right, sweet, you know, we've got it going on. You could tell after the tactical timeout there were a couple of rounds where Sponge was in it. You know, he had the good calls, you know, very aggressive style, and they were able to throw them off a little bit. But right now, I'm worried about the raw fragging power of Mongolz. They just seem so on point.
You really want to be challenging these guys right now. I mean, they just showed you that they've got sick aim, but Aza's going to catch out Sogu at least. So there's the start here for Renegades. They've got that man advantage. We have to see now if they're going to be able to survive it. We've already seen just how dangerous the Mongols can be in these pistol rounds. That is really loud.
Announcer woman is making me tilt really hard.
It is really loud.
I can't deal with it. Somehow the volume in this venue is 200% what it is everywhere else, but that's all right. We've got still more than a minute left now. And looks like they're heading away towards the A-bomb side. Hopefully you guys can still hear what we're saying, because I can't hardly hear what I'm saying myself. But Machine Gun with the P2000 in hand all the way back here. This would require something of a miracle performance for him to make it out of this one. Well, starts off with a good headshot. Oh, no. Second one. He can't get the third one, but that was very, very impressive already. Great double kill for him. Now puts it back into a 3-on-3. Yam hiding by Electric. Strafing up, trying to take that fight. Menace will put him out of his misery. And it's going to be Azza and Havoc left now. 2 versus 3. They started off so well, but now they're a man down. Menace going to drop to Havoc. It's a good shot, but the Glock Silkenberg to take one out. And now Azza back at the bomb site here. He's still got help. Oh, he runs right into it. And NCL just picking up that kill. Mongol's going to take the pistol rounds. What is this, Summer?
Both pistols. And what a retake. And Machine Gun, he played it so well. Got those 2 kills. He did the damage necessary to bring it back to an even keel for Mongolz going into the retake. And Renegades right now, they've got to be feeling like the bottom just drop out. Like where are we standing, guys? What are we doing? How does this work? We got just completely dumpstered in the first half, and now in the second half we just lost the pistol, and this is it, the Hail Mary from Renegades. They're going for the force buy here. Straight up Tech 9, nades, whole kit and caboodle, and they're going to go for a nay execute by the looks of it.
And the setup right now, I mean, Sogu's already pushed into main. If he wins this first fight against Sponge that's currently going on, that would be a really big problem for Renegades. The smokes are there, but I mean, they already know that this is coming right now. Sogu, a lot of targets. How did he even get a kill and stay alive? Azza with a really great follow-up, taking down Menace. Machine Gun in the back lines here. He sprays one, but Havoc will be there to trade it. I mean, considering the equipment, this is a good start here for Renegades. Silkenberg drops the bomb in the back lines, and now Havoc in a 1-on-2, and he's gonna go down. Silkenberg with a double kill, and Renegades on 13 rounds. Oh, sorry, Renegades, the Mongols. I can't even speak.
Right, Mongols. I know the voice came back.
I'm literally being DDoSed by the announcer woman.
26-2-8 for Machine Gun. This guy just always another double kill for him, basically. Just like every round, he's just gonna get 2 kills, no problem. He frags so hard. Renegades, they don't even seem to be able to deal with this. And so now, well, it is gonna be pretty much the hard eco out of Renegades. They didn't get the bomb plant after that force buy, and so, well, now it's gonna be the Hail Mary. What can they do? Azza does spot the man out. That is Silkenberg, but Silkenberg is going to go ahead and take out Havoc. He takes out Sponge as well. He could pick up a 3rd kill here if he wanted to. He's got Machine Gun to watch his back. And, well, he will get caught in the end. Snacks corner, not always going to work out for you.
Still a very, very easy round coming out of Mongolz, and 14-4 right now. They're just playing a wonderful game. 27 kills on Machine Gun. And only 19 on Silkenberg. It's just like anyone's really doing badly on this team.
But, I mean, this is where it all goes according to plan, right? I mean, Machine Gun is supposed to be this hard carry for Mongolz. And then Silkenberg, same thing, right? It's between the 2 of them. They're supposed to be that 1-2 punch combo for Mongolz. If both of them are hitting shots, that's when they wreck you. And Renegades, I mean, going into it, had a little bit of a discussion with Sponge, and he was also just like, well, we'll see how things set up. We're not 100% sure how it's going to go. How the hell did Azza actually get that kill?
Yeah, I'm wondering how much that flashbang did. Either way, that looked like he should have been dead. Yeah, they're definitely doing a lot of the carrying work right now, but the team as a whole seems to be playing with just a lot of focus. And their spray style as well, I'm noticing it's not just, it wasn't just NCL who did it earlier. Like, a lot of them are pretty good at doing the crouch spraying stuff, and it's kind of horrifying to watch because I hate it when people do it to me, but it's obviously super effective.
That is the #1 way to get you to tilt, right?
Yeah.
Now we got to see. I mean, we just praised them, so let's see if they can, you know, work some magic again. It is going to be a B execute. Zilkenberg, he does get the incendiary out, but he's not able to get any more than that. Sponge hits the headshot. And so now Renegades, they get control of the B site for free pretty much. Nicely done on their part. Now it's down to whether Machine Gun and Menace, they really want to be moving off this A site, and it doesn't look like it. Aza's already out and hunting. This is the correct move to make here for Renegades, considering they have 5 players alive. You can afford to sack 1 or 2 of them, and, you know, in the hope that you actually manage to take a gun off of Mongolz. They might be able to go for a force buy behind this Mongolz. So we'll see, even though some of these rounds have been pretty close. The last one, they had 4 players survive, so it shouldn't be a problem here for Mongolz.
Good job on Renegades, so finally, I think a round that looks a little bit encouraging.
Actually, no, they have 3 guys who are fairly low on Mongolz. So they're making the correct call. Going for the eco.
But think about how much of a buffer they have as well. Like, to try and force it up in a round like this is to unnecessarily risk a bunch of rounds where you could just play it safe. So definitely a big fan of that. But we'll see. Maybe they have some Deagle power in them as well. Certainly two in play right now. 1 for Machine Gun and 1 for NCL.
They do go for... I mean, they treat this like a regular round as well. Look at the spread. They aren't trying to stack or do anything gimmicky. They're just kind of sitting all over the place looking for headshots.
What is interesting is that they bought 2 kits, apparently. Like,
yeah.
That's unusual. Because those could have been flashbangs instead.
Yeah, that's true. They could have had a little bit more utility. They really believe, Anders, that they're just going to, you know, slam Renegades. They've been winning all the aim fights so far. Pretty much, so...
Well, I don't want to rule anything out at this point in time. They seem extremely prepared, and they seem very, very focused. Oh, and there's Machine Gun opening up with a nice headshot in the middle, and this one tapping Yam. And you talk about that sinking feeling on the Renegade side. When they start losing people in the round like this, you know it's got to be in the back of the minds of the Australian players that maybe, just maybe, this is one of these rounds. But they're doing good damage here. Silkenberg already being found out. They will Molotov the back of Checkered, making sure no one is there now. Down to 34 seconds. Good shot from Sponge. A good refrag as well from NCL in the middle. Havoc almost getting caught there. Oh no, it's going to turn around. Sponge is alone. There's only 25 seconds. He's been found out as well. Silkenberg here just trying to buy time. He goes for the shot. And Mongolz, they are going to win the round 15-5. One of those rounds, Semler.
It's happening, Anders.
I mean...
Blair looks so happy right now, too. He's just chuckling to himself like, yeah, told you so.
I kind of hope that we can just get 2 kills in for Machine Gun here. Let him have that 30 bomb.
30 kills in 21 rounds. Yes, please. I mean, if they win by 10 rounds, Mongolz, Renegades, they at least need to battle back a little bit. And there we go. Aggressive push in the B halls coming in from Mongolz. 3 players pushing forward, and JKS gets a double headshot. And he might get a triple as well. Yes, sir. So JKS, he actually manages to deliver here, keeping Renegades in the fight.
Well, Menace and Sogu, I'm not sure there's a lot that they can really do here. But, yeah, I mean, they try to throw in some random aggression at the end of their run here. Why not? Could have caught them off guard, but JKS, who really seems to be playing well, not just in this round, but just in general. He's got a quad kill right now, looking for the last in his ace to try and see if he can find Menace somewhere on the map.
Just hunts, JKS, get out there, get that ace. You gotta have something to take away from this map.
JKS got 19 kills, so he's top fragging as well on Renegades.
Well, he showed up well. I mean, Cobblestone, same thing for him. He was doing really well to start things off here for the day. Sponge gonna get caught in the back. Actually, if Menace can pick up 1 more kill here, this would actually be pretty solid, considering Renegades really don't have the best economy. So close. Aza nearly gets, well, nearly bites it. But yeah, Renegades, the fact that they keep 3 alive means they get a full buy. Had they lost an extra man here, I don't think they would have had, like, one of them would have been forcing. It would have been a little nasty.
Yeah, probably at least some grenades missing or something like that, I reckon.
and they're going for the Quasi again. They just go for it. I mean, they don't even hesitate, man. 1,800 bucks spent on a couple of them. Menace, again, going for that kit. Kit Kevlar, machine gun. He's got the kit Kevlar as well, looking for the Deeg.
3 Deagles in play, actually, this time around. So good with one of them here. Going to be crouching into main. Oh, the aim punch there, a little bit risky. Still fighting it. Taking a lot of damage, and as he tries to fall back here, he's going to be careful he doesn't get caught by Squeak as well. He should have been dead already, but...
Yeah, well, I think Menace is there to watch to watch Sogu's back on Squeak. He's putting some shots through from main. Let's see, Havoc, he is up close. He's looking for that shot on Sogu. Sogu gets confirmation. They haven't seen the bomb yet, Mongolz, so they don't know that this is an A-take, which is why they're still spread out across this map. So Renegades doing a pretty good job of hiding their hand so far. They've only really seen Havoc and Aza.
It's a nice attempt at wallbang coming out of Sogu as well. I kind of like that, but not successful with it this time. Grenade is going to land right on top of him, though. The bomb is also being brought into main in the moment, so it's looking good for Renegades. There is a rotation occurring right now for Mongolz, trying to see if they can get into this A bomb site. 3 of them there, a 4th one coming in. They're in a good position, but now it's looking very bad. Machine gun going to go down as well. Menace does line him up and gets 2 kills, but it's a little bit too late in the round.
Yeah, and Zilkenberg's only got the P250. Was it a P250 or a Deeg? Actually, I was... No Kevlar, though, so the likelihood of him making it out of that, actually, like, you know, going for the heroic play, not too good. Now we have to see if they want to just commit all out. The eco was good, but they are going to go for another round of Quasi.
This makes more sense as well,
Yeah.
I think. It's I don't disagree with this.
This is, again, you know, instead of trying to risk it, we've seen teams in the past, you know, just force, thinking, oh, we just need 1 round, guys. We can tip it over here, right? And instead, Mongolz, they're giving themselves a decent chance of doing damage with these quasi-buys. The pistols are always good in CSGO, but that they're going to have a big buy coming right now in the next round where they can potentially just shut Renegades out of this. Sponge opens it up, but then Zilkenberg is there with the P250. Again, skimping Kevlar.
Machine gun gonna get 1 more kill towards his 30 bombs. Zilkenberg goes down, and it's all a machine gun. 1 versus 3. Trying to save that AK somewhere in the armor. Definitely a better idea. Man, I already look forward to seeing more. Now I wish this was the best of 3.
I agree.
Desperately.
I agree. That would have been so sick to see a full series out of these guys. Because, you know, 1 map, best of 1, like, it's always momentum, right? And anything can happen. If you can repeat this on 2 maps for Mongolz against Renegades, a team that has experience on the international scene, that would be monstrous. Not going to win the fight, though, Machine Gun. Still just struggling. Let's see. Did he make his 30? He's on 1. Yeah. He's 1 kill away. He's at 29. 29, 2, 13. And then 22 for Zilkenberg as well.
Well, this time they do have the money, including the AWP, and we'll see if they can find a way to close this game. It would have to be another 7 rounds on the road for Renegades to bring it into overtime, which I just don't see happening right now. I mean, credit to Renegades for fighting back here, and a good start from Yam, who's been a little bit invisible here. NCL also going down to Aza. Finally, the Australian team seems to be waking up here.
Yeah, and this might be Mongolz choosing to get a little bit too aggressive, trying to close things out when they actually have that buy, right? You know, again, we're talking about them, you know, being patient with their economy and giving themselves the best chance, but then perhaps they decide to jump the gun a little bit once they have the rifles, because the last time that they had the rifles as well, they chose to go for a triple push into B halls, playing aggressive rather than just waiting Renegade, you know, putting pressure on Renegades and allowing them to come to them on the sites. So Mongolz, they still might be trying to force things here. A little bit of a spot there. Aza still playing with fire, decides to go ahead for the repeat against Sogu, but now Mongolz have to wonder exactly what's going to be coming up here. If it is going to be, because they've lost control of mid, so it could go either A or B. It's a bit of a guessing game here for Mongolz.
Yeah, and I almost wish they would commit to 1 bomb site and just say, let's just put everyone in 1 bomb site. Yeah. If we win the round, then, you know, if they show up, we might win the round. If not, we'll save the rifles and it'll be fine. Zilkenberg taking out Havoc, but obviously the round is pretty much lost here, and actually Renegades are already out hunting Aza in the middle. Got to be a bit careful with that, but right now they just want to make sure that Mongolz have as many eco rounds as possible for the rest of this. I mean, it's 7 rounds sure for Renegades, but they want all 7 to be buy rounds. And JKS in a perfect position, takes 1, even waits for some teammates, I think, here to show up. Zilkenberg in a very, very bad spot. Great job from JKS, and Renegades back to 9 now.
Yeah, but we do have the tactical pause coming out from Mongolz. So it looks like they want to try and slow down the momentum here for Renegades. They've lost how many rounds in a row now? 4. So, I mean, they could go for another quasi-buy, and it'll just be a single round of economy here for Mongolz, or rather a single round of eco. They should be able to buy up in the next. But yeah, tactical pause has been confirmed. So Mongolz, I mean, at this point, Mongolz really, they just need to take a deep breath. That's all that needs to happen here. They don't necessarily need to change anything apart from just, well, I don't think that they need to keep going aggressive, that they can just kind of sit back and wait, or maybe just go for a safe bit of aggression, which is the double push into A main behind the flash, which is a relatively safe play. You know, the flash makes it kind of free. You get in there, you peek. If it's too hot, you back out. Otherwise, you may get a free kill on Renegades. So I would like to see that out of them. But I mean, as far as Mongolz are concerned right now, they just need to be taking a real deep breath and centering themselves, because they've got this in the bag. The only way that Renegades are allowed to come back into this is if Mongolz throw. That's another thing that Mongolz might be thinking right now, though. You know, like they're feeling the pressure, wanting to close this out.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell as well the Renegades are starting to play a little bit better overall. So, you know, they are obviously sensing that as well, but I don't know. I feel like they're still in a pretty solid position here. NCL will get killed immediately after taking out Sponge, and the grenade around that corner are going to make things difficult. Sogu actually dead before it even lands. Menace far away from any action here and already been spotted out, so it should just be the end of it. He will actually take out someone with him. It doesn't really have any impact on the game anymore for the Renegade side, but still, there's a kill. That's going to make it 15-10, and they will be able to buy once again here. We'll see what they're going to try and do. Like, I'm really wondering, it's actually going to be the double up setups that definitely suggests a more passive play style.
Yeah, this is the kind of wait and see kind of play that you can go for. You put one over on A site, you put one over on B site, you just wait, hold those angles. JKS is holding pretty passively in B halls as well. And well, Machine Gun, he's got the AWP in mid. There is no aggression from Renegades either, though. They were expecting some kind of all-out aggression to come out here. Even Havoc playing it passively here in A main, exactly, just in case that kind of flash push came through, he'd be prepared, he could back off safely. And so both of the teams right now, well, Renegades were expecting more aggression, but Mongolz definitely changing up the pace. We got a bit of a happy boost coming out.
Still out to Renegades to try and find a way to break through right now. They're hoping, and they've been sort of right in hoping earlier that Mongolz will eventually go aggressive and look for them, and Machine Gun goes down. It's in the middle. Yam picking up the opening frag there. Very, very big kill. Yam, like I said earlier, he's not really had much presence in the first half at all. I think he was like 6 or 4 kills, something like that. But he seems to be stepping it up, especially with the entries here, so that's a really big opening. Now we'll see if this boost is going to pay off or not. Menace, he's looking over that box, and Havoc is right around the corner. First couple of grenades goes in. He can still see into main, and he does do a lot of damage, but Havoc with a great reply. Instant headshot with the AK. And Sogu very, very low on health behind that box as well. And he's going to be down as well. Great execute coming out from Renegades.
Yeah, and you can see the real pressure starting to set in. Machine Gun not able to connect with the shots. Zilkenberg might get caught here. He will battle his way out, actually. Finds his way through Azza, so he can actually find a way out, although Yam is on his heels. Yam spotting him go upper. And another one bites the dust. Right, he's going to get caught. So, yeah, I mean, look at that spray. They had the correct play. I mean, Renegades walk out without their rifles drawn. They're just throwing nades, right? It should be a double kill any day of the week, but Menace messes up the spray. So you can start to see where the pressure is starting to show a little bit here. And Renegades, you know, taking the fight to the A site. Machine Gun is dead. He's not around, and Zilkenberg is playing B. So they're doing a good job of dodging the heavy hitters. Yam, though, man, he had a slow start. He was on single digits at the going into the second half.
Yeah.
And now he's like consistently beating Machine Gun in mid.
If they can keep that up, maybe we could end up in overtime here. But it have to be another 4 rounds. Azza with a good opening on Machine Gun, of course, this is around again. They go for armor and pistols. And I mean, the thing is, if you do it once, it makes sense. If you do it like 3 or 4 times throughout a half, then all of those like quasi-buys could like be collected into another 4 round rifle essentially. So they got to be careful that they don't sort of throw away that opportunity as well. But I think they still got a chance here. And I still have them to win this game, I would say, even though Renegades are obviously fighting to try and prevent that from happening.
Our Renegades have been really consistent using their incendiaries to check corners. Let's see, Sponge, there we go, back checkered. Very thorough. They keep up with the pressure. And actually, wait, what? What happened to Zilkenberg? Okay, he managed to sneak his way through checkered.
Yeah. He managed to get into the middle of checkered instead. Well, bomb down, smokes are up, and Sogu has the AK. Might just want to try and save that at this point in time. Get some exit frags if that's going to be a thing. And then is practically walking into that spray from JKS. That could have been a little bit awkward. I think they do catch him out there. Sponge ends up going down, even though he did a lot of damage, down to 1 health for Menace, and he goes down. And Sogu, hiding in CT, spawns an easy kill on Havoc, and the rest can't do anything to revenge it. So, yeah, 12-15 here.
Yam is just hoping right now that this guy keeps peeking. He's going to get up into Z, and Sogu now just needs to hide in this corner. Yam thinking that he was over in CT spawn, and he will be able to survive the round here at Sogu. So he survives with the AK. Nice save there. Save a little bit of money, means that he can go for the full buy behind it.
I'd actually like to see them try and... I don't know if this fits their playstyle or not. I haven't obviously seen enough of this team, but I'd like to see them try and go for some main aggression in the middle. Just like when the smoke goes up, just try and see if you can't either flash your way through or just walk through.
No. I think right now it's like Renegades are all, well, they're deciding to change up the pace rather than play it slow. They're just going to go for the straight up B execute right out onto the site right now. Sponge, he might be able to catch out Menace. And he does get the free kill, but then Zilkenberg is there to take out a kill. But he pushes Squeak. Togu finds Azza in mid. And so they do manage to get control of the situation once again, Mongolz. It will be the B retake.
Wow, what a strange round. I mean, Zilkenberg being allowed that far out of Squeak without ever getting noticed, but then you're right, the B execute at the same time. Good grenade in the back line here. The bomb is down, but there's so much time still on that bomb, so let's see if they can make this work. Already jumping through machine gun close to the platform here. Great job coming on through here. Renegades picking up 3 kills with no reply from the CT side. And Zilkenberg, well, would have been an important kill here if the rest of his team had been alive, but he goes down a Sponge, who picks up a triple kill. And that's going to be Renegades at 13-15.
Yeah, a sick call from Sponge as well. Rather than slow play it. Because I was about to say, so far, Renegades have also been very good about picking off Machine Gun, waiting for him to go for his aggression. You kill him for free, and then you just execute at will wherever you want on the site. Because he just keeps trying to take these fights, Machine Gun. Instead, Renegades are just like, okay, it's time to change up the pace a little bit. Let's go. That takes some bravery when you're basically on match point. You lose, you mess up that rush, you get anti-rush naded or anything of the sort, and you're screwed.
Well, I mean, it's been a huge run back so far for Renegades, but you still can't help but feel that all it takes is one wrong move, and they almost had it then. They did trade 2 for 1 at the beginning of that round, and it was favoring Mongolz. Even if the bomb is down, it was still looking pretty good for the CT side, so you gotta wonder. It has been just a really, really long stretch for them here. I think 8 rounds in a row right now for Renegades in the second half. That's quite impressive.
Well, there's Machine Gun taking his peek in mid. And so that's what I was waiting for here. He has shown actually, well, nice little one-way smoke here as well used by Yam. He's going to be peeking over the top of that, hoping to catch somebody out. But Mongolz, they're actually showing some patience here, Machine Gun included. He's playing from short, and he just keeps going for a quick shoulder peek into mid. He's not really hunting for a frag right now or for a fight. So this is a change out of Mongolz.
Good grenade to check that corner. Yeah, making the jump over. It looks like they do want to execute for this A bomb site, especially now they got a bit of mid control, but JKS goes down to Machine Gun, trying to get close here. Yam with a nice flick, and NCL is already quite low. He's got to be careful. Zilkenberg taking out 1, and it's a good refrag. They're trading back and forth. Zilkenberg taking out 1 more, and now it's a 2-on-1. Sponge still alive with about 20 seconds left here to try and keep his team in this map, and it looks like it's not going to happen. Menace to take him out. Mongolz defeating Renegades 16-13 on cash.
It took quite a few rounds in the second half. And one hell of a streak.
Machine Gun got his 30 at the end, 29 for Zilkenberg.
It's the last round he got it. In the last round, Machine Gun made it happen. You're right.
What a fantastic game. And I mean, I think these guys must have already made just quite a few fans just from playing this one game.
What an incredible performance from Machine Gun and Zilken at the beginning. Machine Gun, though, man, he was just like, by the 5th round, I think he had 12 frags. Like, it was ridiculous.
Can't believe it. I'm ready to see these guys in the best of 3 now. I really want to see that happen. But
yeah, now, well, Renegades, they have to go up against Cyberzen.
Yeah,
Cyberzen, the team that crushed Group A.
It's hard work time now. Well,
it is.
We do have the panel ready for it, so please, Dan, take it away for us.
Not the result Renegades were hoping for. They lost. Keish is very close. I mean, Mongolz, what a T side. They almost couldn't close it out. Guys, what was happening there for Renegades? But also, why was that so difficult for Mongolz?
I did say they have an abysmal CD side.
It was abysmal.
They won the pistol round. I thought, you know what, these guys got this. They won the anti-eco round as well. And then, like, I think someone was tweeting choke goals. They just choked till the very end, but in the end, somehow they managed to close it out. They should have closed it out much earlier. I think it was 15-5 at some point. But once again, machine gun on the T side. I was saying like how we need to step up on land when it matters the most, and he just showed what he can do on the T side.
No, he was absolutely nuts. I think he ended up with something like 26 frags off the first half. He was just opening things up. He was getting frags everywhere, and that's pretty much how the Mongols built their lead in the first half, just finding picks. And that's what Blair alluded to in the pregame, the fact that they're not going to be very strat heavy. They're just going to run as a bigger group towards one side and have one guy lurking about, and that's how they're going to go about things with an extreme pace. And that's what they did, and it caught Renegades off guard, something fierce. And I was just massively impressed. I was expecting Renegades to win it. Obviously, they didn't. And I was never expecting that kind of a tempo and that kind of success rate coming out from Mongolz.
And this is actually a really, really big deal right now, because this means that Mongolz will go onto the first seed, basically, for this group. So they're going to top the group. And then Renegades,
they're going to play
if they make it through, if they make it through, they have to play CyberZen straight away. That's not a nice wake-up for them into the playoffs.
And Mongols have to be super happy. Right now, they're going to play versus Chiefs, which is regarded as, I guess of the teams left in Australia, the second best, and Renegades obviously were the
and
best.
with two stand-ins as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they're in for a really rough time if they're going to go up against, if a structured team like Renegades can't keep up with what's going on Mongol's side, how are the Chiefs going to cope with that? So Mongols are looking to be in a prime position to actually grab a spot for either, just one of the major tournaments or both, which would be insane.
It's actually kind of crazy, but Renegades could actually not actually make a top 2 spot from this position.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much possible. We could potentially have two Asian teams coming out on top this time. CyberZen and Mongolz, looking at the way things are. And just talk a little bit about Mongolz. I mean, that was a Mongol horde in full effect. They were insane, especially on the T side. Very quick frags, almost like playing Unreal Tournament insta-game mode. Like insta headshots all across the map. But then again, I think it was a map. We really felt like Cash it's obviously Renegade's best map. And we don't know, like, what else do Mongols have up their sleeves? And once again, like you did mention how Mongols had to play Chiefs now, but still, I do feel it's going to all come down to the maps which are going to be picked, and also the fact that the Mongols can blow hot and cold, even in a series. Like they'll be like massive in a best of 3 in the first map. The second map, they'll be like kind of shaky. Third map, they'll just like they won't just show up at all. So Mongols in best of 3s especially is a very shaky proposition. So I think Chiefs still do have a chance. But for Renegades, they're going to face on CyberZen if they manage to beat E2 Alive, which shouldn't be a problem.
I guess we should make assumption at this point. Even though they had a pretty convincing win, I think that's fair to say, in the first game.
It was quite convincing, but again,
it has to be a massive shake for Renegades, though, to not go through as first in the group, because they obviously have to know that now. Well, even if you qualify, you're going to go up against CyberZen, who were regarded as the best team outside of Renegades at the entire tournament.
It's kind of a perfect storm almost for Eat You Alive, because again, Renegades, they do tend to have an issue. Once stuff starts to go poorly for them, then that kind of compounds, and maybe the morale kind of drops. How they handle these losses, historically hasn't been the best going forwards afterwards in the same tournament. So Eat You Alive, they could definitely have a chance here. But we'll talk more about that, of course, as we do have that match coming up after the break. And, of course, I must remind you, this next match is going to be the last one, as Tyloo indeed word disqualifies. This is the last one of day 2 here from IEM Taipei. But this is a perfect opportunity, if you haven't already played around with it, to go to plays.tv, download the Chrome extension, and you can make your own highlights and share them with us here on the desk. Just tag us all. I know Moses isn't here, but just find the Creamy Moses GIF. And even if you don't make any highlights, just get the Creamy Moses in there somewhere. He loves it to pieces. And he'll definitely thank you for it. So thank you very much, and we'll see you after the break.